Hey guys, this is Mr. Colson. Welcome to Art. Today we're going to be making a cityscape, and we're going to create depth in our cityscape. How are we going to do that, Lincoln?
Overlapping.
No rest for the artist. We're gonna create some things. We got art to draw me details and all. Ain't nothing worth doing easy. Now you can't slow down, can't go back. Now you wish you could. No rest for the racer because our online school's so good. So to create this cityscape, we are actually going to draw the buildings first, and then we're going to paint those buildings. Then we're going to cut them out, and we're going to paste them on another piece of paper, overlap the buildings so that you create a realistic looking cityscape where some buildings are closer to us because they're in front of the other buildings. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to look on the internet, and we're going to look at some real buildings, we're going to look at some drawn buildings, and that's going to help us brainstorm and think of what we want our buildings to look like. We found some pretty cool pictures of buildings on the internet. We're going to practice drawing them in our sketchbooks first, then draw them on large pieces of paper. Anytime you're about to work really big, you should always practice small first, and that's what sketchbooks are made for. These are really easy shapes. I mean, rectangles and squares are mostly what you're going to be working with. We found a few pictures that we really like, and I'm going to show some pictures while I'm drawing here. You can pause the video and look at some of those pictures. I'm going to do a really simple one first. So a building is a big rectangle, and then I'm going to draw some squares for windows like this. So Lincoln, why don't you try to draw a building instead of looking at the camera?
Okay. Like huts, and then behind it, a giant, big, tall, overlapped building.
Okay, we've been brainstorming and copying some buildings off the internet that we thought were really cool and learning how to draw buildings for a little bit and practicing in our sketchbooks. And now we're going to take some of these buildings. We're going to pick our favorite building. I think I'm going to start with a smaller building that's going to be up front. So I'm going to do this church right here. Do you have one that you're going to do, Lincoln?
This one. This one. Yeah, I like.
Okay, you want to do that building first?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's do it. We're going to paint ours with watercolor, but you really could color it with colored pencils or crayons or whatever you want to use. Now we're going to just cut it out. I've cut my church out here. And now we're going to do a bunch more of these buildings, and then we're going to paste them together and make sure that we arrange them in a way that looks really cool. But like I said, this is kind of a unique situation. In class, I can't sit down and make art with the kids really because there's so many students at school. And I can't even have the kids really work together on a piece, because when it's finished, there's the problem of who gets to take it home. And that's a big deal, believe me. But since you're at home working with your family, you guys can do a piece together and it can stay in your house. This is Molly. She's going to draw buildings with me. Okay. What kind of building do you want to draw?
A big one that looks down, back.
Okay, let's do it. Are you happy with the buildings that we have?
Yeah, I like them.
Which one do you want to use? Which ones do you want to use?
This one. I like this one.
So, okay. This is the exercise where you are going to decide which building is in front of the other buildings. And when you put a building in front of another one, what is that called?
Overlapping.
That's right. Can you say it again?
Overlapping.
That's right. It's called overlapping. So what you need to do is you need to decide which one of these you want in the front and which ones you want in the back.
These two should be like in the back corner.
You know what? Before we do that, let's paint the background. We even painted our background now. So what we need Lincoln to do is to design this piece and very carefully by overlapping them in a way that makes sense. So which ones do you think go in the back, Lincoln? The short ones?
This one should go in the back.
That one in the back, I agree with that. He's going to use a glue stick. I would say the tall ones with the smallest windows go in the back, and then of course the shorter ones go in the front. It's kind of like on picture day when they say all the short students come to the front and all the tall students in the back. It's the same concept. We also made some little bitty trees like this. They're really easy to make. We had a lot of fun doing this project. I mean, I think it turned out really great, don't you? Like, we might actually hang this up in the room. Does it look like some buildings are farther away than others? Overlapping!